Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Hilmi bin Zainudin, and today I'm going to perform a demonstration video for lab test Bmma 3543 Hvac for automotive. So in this demonstration video, I'm going to perform two tasks, which is how to identify the low pressure side and high pressure side port of the AC system, and the second part is that I'm going to demonstrate how to find AC system leakage by visualizing. So in this video, I'm going to use a torchlight to perform the visual inspection. So for this task, I'm going to use a model vehicle Roadway Kelisa as my actual vehicle to perform the task. So first, for the first part of the question is how do we find the low pressure side port and the high pressure side port of this vehicle AC system. So firstly, we need to know what is the function of the low pressure side port. The low pressure side port is to provide access to the low pressure side of the AC system, while the high pressure side port is to provide access to the high pressure side of the AC system. So how do we know the low pressure port side of the system? Well, the low pressure side of the system usually has bigger diameter pipeline compared to the high pressure side, and the low pressure side system usually have a plastic cap of blue or black color. So as you can see here, this pipeline is bigger when compared to this pipeline. And another thing that you can see here is that the bottle cap is marked with a symbol of letter L, which concludes that this is the low pressure side port of the AC system. For the high pressure side of the AC system, the pipeline diameter is smaller compared to the low pressure side port of the system. And you can see here the plastic cap marked with the symbol letter H, which concludes that this is a high pressure side port of the AC system. And when we turn on the AC system, we can find, if we touch this pipeline, we can feel that it is cold, and when we touch this pipeline, we can feel that the temperature is hot. So that is how we identify the low pressure side and high pressure side port of the AC system. Now we are going to move on to the second part of this lab session, which I will demonstrate how to perform leak AC system checking for this vehicle. Firstly, we're going to start the vehicle. Then we are going to turn on the AC system by setting the blower at the highest level, and then set the AC temperature to the lowest temperature, and make sure the vehicle air circulation is right here. After we turn on the AC system, there are 5 main areas that we can check for leakage, which are the compressor seal shaft, the receiver dryer, the expansion valve, the condenser, and the evaporator. Now I'm going to show you where are these 5 main areas. These are the expansion valve, and this is the receiver dryer, and if you can see over here, right under here is the condenser, and over here, right under here, we can find the compressor. So these are the main area that we can check for any leakage. To perform the leakage checking, we need to start from the high side port and follow the line through until the low side port. So from the high side port here, you can see that if we find any oil or any leakage, which means that there is leakage on this receiver drive, and we can follow this line and we can find it go through the condenser. As you can see here, the condenser is dry without any trace of oil leakage, which there is no leakage on this area. And now we are going through the condenser line, and through here we can find the compressor, and using a torchlight we can see visually and try to find or detect any fluid or oil leakage. As you can see here, the line is dry and no leakage can be found here. And next, we're going from the compressor line through. We can check on the low pressure side port. As you can see here, there is no trace of oil leakage, and the pipeline is dry, which means there is no leakage on the AC system of this vehicle. And lastly, we can trace back here at the expansion valve, and still there is no trace of fluid, and the expansion valve is dry, which means the AC system on this vehicle are well and there is no leakage to be found. And that is how to perform the AC system leakage checking for this Pro Dual Cleaner. Thank you.